안녕하세요. 제 이름은 윌리엄입니다. 저는 미스 파크 K3 수업이 있습니다. 오늘은요, 타ekwondo 대해서 좀 얘기하고 싶어요. 저는 11년 동안 타ekwodo를 하었기 때문에 저한테 이 비디오를 많이 특별해요. 지금은요, 제가 3단 검은 벨트입니다. 저는 타ekwodo에서 사람들을 많이 가르쳐고요. 그 때문에 volunteer service 메달도 2번 받고요. 제가 타ekwondo 하는 것 보기 전에 먼저 타ekwondo 역사를 좀 보고 싶어요.
Taking a look back at early history, Korea was originally divided into 3 kingdoms, one in the north and 2 in the south, which took up the entire Korean peninsula and also part of what is China and Russia today. These 3 kingdoms formed a joint system of unarmed combat called Subak, and each one contributed their own specific techniques and teachings, often based on the terrain and environmental influences. Subak flourished both in military training as well as culturally, becoming a very popular sport and form of entertainment. It is even said that the king practiced the art. Subak faded with the fall of the kingdoms and the rise of the Joseon dynasty. During the Joseon period in Korea, there was an emphasis on literary and cultural arts over the physical combat of martial arts, and Subak lost its dominance and its practice was restricted to competition and sport. At some point during the Joseon dynasty, the art of Taekwondo emerged. Now, there is a little bit of historical debate as to whether Taekwondo was a new art or simply Subak under a different name. Taekwondo utilizes techniques to trip, throw, or take your opponent off balance. It emerged as a popular art and even remains today in competition and exhibition. Now, there is a lot more history to both Subak and Taekwondo, as well as several other arts, including the art of Gongdo, but hopefully this provides a little bit of historical foundation. In 1914, a man by the name of Hwang Ki was born and found a passion in the martial arts. He was said to have extensively studied and mastered Taekwondo during high school. Under the Japanese occupation of Korea, it is believed that many native Korean martial arts were banned or restricted, with Koreans having to train in the Japanese arts. Ki seemingly had attracted the attention of Japanese authorities, so he sought out a new path and headed to China. While living in China, Ki claimed to have trained in the Chinese art of Yang Kung Fu, studying its effectiveness in close quarter combat. In addition to his native Korean roots and Chinese training, Ki also studied Okinawan karate. When the Japanese occupation fell at the end of World War II, Ki returned to Korea and became one of 5 founders of a new martial arts system. These schools, or kwans, were established by martial artists that had a mixture of Japanese and Chinese influences. At the end of the Korean War, 4 more schools joined, and together they make up the original 9 kwans and created the foundation of Tangsudo. Each kwan taught their own version of the arts, and their influence and popularity spread quickly throughout Korea, even into the military. In 1952, the president of South Korea suggested that the kwons be combined into a single unified art. The kwons began to work together and called this art Taekwondo. Ki continued to develop his own teachings, and his art of Mudakwon Tangsudo went on to become one of the most dominant versions of the art. During the formation of this unified art, General Choi Hong-hai, and also one of the founding kwons, suggested the name Taekwondo. Choi is often referred to as the founder of Taekwondo, although there seems to be some controversy to this and is a topic of debate. In 1959, the Korean Taekwondo Association was formed in order to complete the unification of the arts. Choi did not fully agree with the politics, as the South Korean government did not want any inclusion of North Korean martial arts, while Choi felt that they should include all Korean arts. In 1966, Choi broke off and formed his own organization, the International Taekwondo Federation. The South Korean government eventually dropped support of the ITF, and Choi established headquarters in Toronto, Canada. In 1973, the South Korean Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism established Gukgwon, the official World Taekwondo Academy. Together with the KTA, they formed the World Taekwondo Federation in an effort to promote the art as an international sport. In 1962, Taekwondo was introduced to America when Jung-gu Lee opened up his first American school in Washington, D.C. He is often recognized as the father of American Taekwondo. Taekwondo continues to flourish today with many different schools and variations, and is currently only one of 2 Asian arts to be included as an Olympic sport. So that is the abridged version of the history and origin of Taekwondo. As I said earlier, the martial arts in Korea have such a rich history, I couldn't include all of it in just as one video. So for those of you wishing to further your academic study, I've included a bunch of references below in the description box. Also, I invite all Taekwondoan to contribute to this discussion and provide some more insight that we might not be aware of. Thank you so much for watching.
트웬티 세컨 언니 많이 움직여. 트윈 무빙. 20 시간 없어. 노 타임. 바스 잡아. 바로 자세 잡아. 아웃하고 셋. 아웃 바운스해. 아웃 10 9 8 7 5 seconds. 펜션. choose offense or defense. 그렇지. 5 seconds. go. 하이. 고. 리. 이겨. 움직이세요. 머리 주지 말고. 천천히 천천히. 30 seconds. 자, 빨리.
먼저.
15. 열렸어. 15 seconds 플러스 하나. 현자. 초이스 있잖아, 초이스. 고. 시간 없다.
잘했어.
바운스 당하고 넘어지면 위험해. 레디. 10 seconds. 고. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
그렇지.
shake hand, sit down.
이 CPR 만들 때 많이 재밌었어요. 제가 좋아하는 것을 성우한테 보여줬으니까요. 좋아요. 제가 할 수 있는 만큼 다 안 보여줬는데요. 그래도 좋게 보시면 좋겠습니다. 안녕하세요.